Hello, my friends. Blizzard just announced the biggest patch that we've seen for Overwatch since, I don't know, since Overwatch 2 came out. It's coming with a huge ranked rework. Card systems are going away. There's a new rank. We're going to be seeing our rank after every single game. We're going to see modifiers for it. Squishy heroes, 200 HP, are getting 50 HP more. 150 HP heroes are getting 25 HP more. And tanks are getting 100 HP or more. Also, there's a DPS passive that reduces healing whenever you shoot someone. Projectile sizes are being increased, and there's just balance changes across the board. Like this is actually crazy. I'm gonna read you this blog and give my thoughts, details, everything you could possibly want to know. Hidden information that devs have said in people's Twitch chats, like as many details as you could possibly need on this patch. One piece of feedback we heard is that just knowing your rank doesn't say anything about why your rank went up or down. Competitive updates originally worked to provide updates that reflected your growth as a player across multiple matches, but with the goal to provide greater transparency in each individual match, we're going back to updating your rank after every match and showing how much progress you gain or lose between each skill division. That's basically just a really fancy way of saying there's no more cards now. After every rank, you're gonna see it go up. Or sorry, after every match, you're gonna see your rank go up or down. We're gonna see our silly numbers again. Which is wonderful news. I have no complaints about that. We're also displaying modifiers that affected your last match below the rank progression bar. So, if you've ever played Valorant, there's what's it called? A performance modifier, or like if you top fragged, it'll give you an extra special arrow and you get like 3 or 4 more ranked points than normal. Or if you do really bad, you lose more than normal. This is like an extra fancy, like almost over the top. You will literally know everything. We're also displaying modifiers that affected your last match below the rank progression bar. Some modifiers help provide transparency in the matchmaking for each match, like getting a boost when you defeat a team that was more favored to win. While other modifiers show if your rank is calibrating, like going on a huge win streak, proving you belong in a higher rank. Feedback is a driving force behind these changes, and we want to hear your thoughts on competitive play now that you have more context for each game. Okay, so basically, like I was saying, with the Valorant performance indicators, we get those, but even more intricate. Like, okay, in the card system, it was possible to win 5 games and lose 3 and then not rank up, right? Like, that was the source of a lot of people's frustrations. Now, the reason that that was happening was because of the modifiers down here. We just didn't know about it. So, like, maybe the matchmaking was slightly favored towards you, but you lost, or maybe you got less for winning because it was favored towards you, or maybe you were on a high losing streak, or maybe your rank was decaying. Basically, there was no information about like why you were winning less than you were losing, or why you were losing more than you were winning. But now, after every single game, you're gonna see these little modifiers where your rank goes up or down. It's gonna have these next to it. So you'll know why you're losing more than you gained, and you'll know why you're winning. Sorry, you'll know why you're losing more than usual, and you know why you're winning more than usual. This is like, what do I say? How do I say it? There's no other game that's doing this. This is literally the first time this has ever happened in a competitive game. When you play Valorant, you might gain like 15 and lose 22. And even with the performance indicator thing, you still have no idea why that's happening. And I don't know, Rainbow Six, Rocket League, any of these things, none of them have this. Like, this is brand new. This is going to be really cool. One thing I know a lot of people are going to get angry about is like, I know there's a lot of matchmaking conspiracy theories. Like, so Blizzard said that each match is 50-50, right? I think they made an official statement somewhere saying it's like 50-50. And people took that as like a forced 50-50. So what Blizzard meant is that with every single match you queue, you have roughly a 50% chance of winning, according to the matchmaker. People took it as if you won a game, you're going to queue into the next match, and it's going to be a guaranteed loss because you won. Or if you lost the game, you'll queue into the next match, and it'll be a guaranteed win. That's not what it is. It's every single match you have a 50% chance of winning. So when people see this, I was actually very surprised by it as well, because what the expected modifier means right here, expected versus uphill battle, it means that not every match has a 50% chance of winning. I don't think it's possible for the matchmaker to make exactly a 50% chance. So I'm assuming some matches are going like 45-55 or like 43-57. I doubt there's ever like 60-40 or like 70-30, but this basically confirms that sometimes the matchmaking is just not in your favor. Whether that actually means anything or not is kind of debatable because like there's so many factors. Like when the matchmaker match makes you, it has nothing but your MMR number. So it's just doing it off that. But there's so many factors that decide how well your team is going to perform. Maybe someone's really tilted from the last game. Maybe someone's on a huge loss streak or just not having a good day. Maybe someone's having an amazing day and they're absolutely popping off. Or maybe you have like a Junkrat one trick and you're on a really bad map for Junkrat. Like there's so many things. Or maybe you lost first fight so the other team is steamrolling with all their ultimates. There's so many different things that even with like the 55-45, I don't think it actually makes a difference. But either way, it's really nice to know why we're going to be gaining or losing, more or less than normal. I'm happy about it. The spiciest thing of all is right here. It's right here. Bring a fresh start with placement matches and rank resets. With both the changes to competitive play and the broader changes to gameplay starting this season, we feel this is a perfect opportunity to start fresh as they compete on the ranked leaderboards. By the way, the broader changes to gameplay is also huge. It means if we scroll down a little bit, we'll get a little sneak peek. They're increasing the projectile sizes and they're making every hero increased HP. So 200 HP are going to be 250. Hang on, but we'll get there. Basically, it's saying that with these huge changes, the game is going to feel a lot different, so it's a good time to reset the ranks. They're also anticipating a lot of people coming back to the game after not playing for a long time, and decay isn't really, I mean, it's the thing, but it's not perfect, right? So if there was a time to reset everyone's rank, it's now. Your journey to the top begins with 10 all-new placement matches. With everyone's ranks being reset, these 10 placement matches will provide you with a high-stake opportunity to make big gains in determining your new starting rank. As you progress through placement matches, there will be a predicted starting rank after each match. You'll only have one chance this year to run your placement matches, so pick your best heroes and stay hydrated, because these games count for a lot. Okay, so this is crazy. Wait, I gotta drink water. So what this means is that it's not an entire like hard reset. Like we're not all starting from gold or something like this. Basically, your rank at the beginning of the placement matches will be a couple ranks below where you ended the season before. So like whatever you end season 8 is going to determine what your rank will be at the start of your placement matches in season 9. It's a soft reset, but they are called placements because winning or losing one of these games could be the equivalent of winning or losing like 5 games. Like if I win 1, it's gonna give me the same amount for winning as I would for winning like 5 games in a row or something like this. It's gonna be super volatile, and you'll gain a lot more or lose a lot more than normal. One piece of information that isn't mentioned here that we do have from Gavin talking in a developer behind this, talking in people's chats, is that the rank reset is going to be more of a squish. So higher ranked people are going to get pushed towards the middle and lower ranked people are going to get pushed towards the top. So basically we can expect everyone in GM, like even if you win all 10 of your games or whatever, you probably won't be GM anymore because the system is trying to push you into the middle. Or maybe if you're bronze and you lose like all 10, you're getting pushed up, like you'll go up anyways, kind of thing. And after every match, you're gonna see your predicted rank, which I'm very interested in. So like, if you're but if you're fuck, what was I saying? If you're like GM, you play your first match, you win, and you get like Masters 1, you're gonna be very confused. I think they should mention that somewhere in here. Like it's there definitely needs to be more details on this. This rank reset is like there are so many questions, but Do you guys have any questions? I might be able to answer them. I know things from like reading Gavin's messages in chat. I don't know. There's a lot of information missing here. If you're winning a lot, but you're high ranked, you're probably still going to be lower than where you started. And if you're like really low ranked, but you lose every game, you'll probably stay the exact same kind of thing. If I'm currently ranked silver, will I be put in GM where I belong? Perhaps you will. I, I, I can only imagine, like, if it's a squish and you're below, like, average. What is average? Like, mid gold? If you're silver and you win all 10 of your games, you might even make it to plat or something like that. It might be crazy. We don't actually know how much you'll get for winning or losing here. But hopefully the predicted rank is accurate. You'll be able to see it after every game, so. Okay. This is big. I know I have a lot of like GM people that watch, because if you watch me, you're definitely GM, right? Like you've seen all the guides. So how high can you go? We're introducing the ultimate rank, champion. This is the most prestigious tier above Grandmaster, intended to show who is the best among the most skilled players in the game. Even with the boost that placement matches can provide, top ranking players will still need to win a lot of games to reach Champion 1 and prove they are the best of the best. This is the most exclusive rank in the history of Overwatch, and we're on the edge of our seats to see who will achieve such heights in Season 9 and beyond. There's a few things we can get from this information, and I'm really excited about it. Okay, first of all, see how it says 1? That means Champion isn't just a standalone rank. It's going to be Champ 5, Champ 4, Champ 3, Champ 2, Champ 1. And when it says, this is the most exclusive rank in the history of Overwatch, guys, top 500 is a rank, right? Like, this is going to be more exclusive than top 500. We can go off information that we've heard in our chats, basically. Gavin was in my chat a couple months ago talking about this. He was saying Champion 1. It was called Ultimate before, so I get it confused. Champion 1 is so exclusive that, like, we might only see 20 people or less in it at the end of the season. Or, like, it's really high up there. It's going to be extremely exclusive. I don't know about Champion 5. I can't remember. I think he said, like, not everyone in top 500 is even going to be champion, at least for a while. It's going to be really cool. And also with the reset pushing everyone down, that means we're going to get a race to champion. Like if I'm super high GM1 or whatever, it's still going to put me in like Masters 2. Like it's going to be a grind. People are going to be queuing this. Like Twitch is going to be really hype when Season 9 drops. Yeah, leaderboards are still split on role, so you already know what I'm going to be doing. We're going to go for Champ 5 on every role. And then, you know, maybe in like 4 years, I'll be able to hit Champ 1 on every role. That would be really cool. I finally have something to grind for. I'm really happy. I'm so happy. Okay. New competitive rewards and Jade Weapons. Season 9 introduces Jade Weapon variants, unlockable with
9 months in Season 9.
Unlockable with new 2024 competitive points. Thank you, Kates. Earning Jade Weapon variants will reflect your dedication to competitive play in 2024, not your highest rank achieved. Now, it says 2024 for a reason. Hold on. Luckily, these new Jade Weapon variants will not be as exclusive as a champion rank. You'll progress towards them just by playing the game mode with more progress granted for wins. Competitive points earned for winning and drawing have been rebalanced around this new progression system, which should make every match feel rewarding regardless of the outcome. So, it's saying 2024 because Jade Weapons are only available in 2024. You're gonna get, oh, here it is. It says right here, Legacy competitive points and golden weapons. Through the end of Season 8, you can still earn points towards unlocking gold weapons. When Season 9 starts, your previously earned points will be converted to Legacy points. You'll still be able to use Legacy points to unlock the golden weapon variants, but the way you receive Legacy points will change. Once the 2024 competitive year closes, any leftover 2024 points will automatically be converted and added to your Legacy ones. So, only for 2024 can you earn Jade Weapons, which is really cool. It's exactly like you're saying, Freak Jr. Like, Overwatch has a huge problem with people not playing their main accounts. Like, we have alt accounts and Smurf accounts everywhere. And like, how do you combat that? I think this is a good way to combat it, right? Like, making these weapons exclusive to the year, you're gonna have to play your main account if you want to unlock them for your favorite heroes. I'm excited for it. I was talking to the devs and I was like, do you guys think anyone's gonna get every single Jade weapon this year? And they were like, nah, no way. It's like challenge accepted. We'll see. We'll see about that. We'll see about that. Wait, does it doesn't say how much exactly you get for winning, but we do know the price. They're 3,000. They said they rebalanced it to make each game feel more rewarding. So I'm assuming that means they upped the amount of points that you get. Last chance to claim end of season bonuses starting in season 9. Challenges that grant bonus competitive points are also changing. Season 8 will be the last season to claim end of season competitive challenges for seasons 1 through 7. Oh, do you know what? You get them for logging in. Right. So if you finished season 7 and then you don't log in for the entirety of season 8, then you would miss points. That's the only thing. Win 15 games every day for a year. That's the napkin math. Holy shit. That's a lot of ranked Overwatch. Now we're getting to the juice. I mean, the stuff before was juice, but this is like elixir or something. I don't know. Beyond the competitive 9 rework, season 9 features major changes to the fundamentals of Overwatch 2 gameplay that affect every hero. We've heard the community feedback around some gameplay pain points and developed changes to the core gameplay with these goals in mind. Deliver a more consistent feel to firing and landing your shots on your opponents, lessen the impacts of burst damage to allow for greater counterplay, and adjust where in-game healing and damage are effective to reduce stagnant teamfights. So, I'm assuming what they mean by community feedback around gameplay pain points, that just means supports are broken and we don't like one-shots. I think that is what they're trying to address with these. All these changes have been designed to work in combination to balance each other out, and we're excited for you to get in the game and experience them all at once. This one is, I don't know, I don't think community feedback has mentioned this at all. Deliver a more consistent feel to firing and landing your shots. You'll see what this means in a second. It's right here. One of our main goals with these adjustments is to make firing your weapons and abilities feel more consistent without impacting the time to eliminate a target and without removing the overall feel of gameplay we all know and love. When examining how burst damage values have changed over time, we found that in most cases they've gone down in raw value, though that may not necessarily mean they become weaker relative to other changes. Burst damage values meaning dash, Genji right click, or one-shots, basically, things like that. The 5v5 environment and new heroes of Overwatch 2 certainly factor into the perspective, but it's often overlooked that the player base's average skill level, game knowledge, and pace of gameplay are relatively higher now than when the game first launched. So projectile size changes. Plus 0.05 meters for Hitscan with a high rate of fire or spread. Wait, what? Wait, so Tracer's pulse pistols and Reaper's Hellfire shotguns have a bigger hitbox now. Plus 0.08 meters for Hitscan projectiles that are more precise. Cassidy and Soldier's rifle and... What? Okay, when they said projectile size changes, I didn't think they meant Hitscan ones. Plus 0.05 meters for travel time projectiles that are shotguns or have a very high rate of fire. Roadhog scrap gun or Ramatra's void accelerator. Plus 0.1 meters for travel time projectile with a speed greater than 50 meters. Zarya's right click. What would that mean? Baptiste heal? Is it Genji? No. Oh, no, the Genji's is in the next one. Plus 0.15 meters for travel time projectile with the speed less than or equal to 50. Very large projectiles with a base size greater than 0.5 meters have been excluded.
Fill this saddle.
The shot that's right here won't hit, right? But in the update, this shot will hit, right? I think that's what it means. So you can be very slightly off. Like, I don't know, this is pretty far off. This would hit right here. So I don't know how to feel about this change. On the one hand, I think it's really cool that Overwatch has like these insanely high skill ceilings you can play. Like when you ask people what game is the hardest to aim in, a lot of people will say Overwatch. Like the general player base cannot relate to the top 500 player base when we complain about Widowmaker, right? Like, cause you just I mean, no one in plat can hit every shot on Widow. If you did, you would be an owl player. But like when I sit here and I play against an Overwatch League player, there is genuinely nothing I can do on Widowmaker. Like everyone's, it's like, oh, Reddit Lucia the Widow. But what do when you wall ride towards the Widow at fucking Mach 10 and she 180 headshots you consistently? Like, what do you actually do when you're Tracer and you're blinking around her and she just headshots you anyways? Or when you're Sombra and you hit her with your virus and you're strafing back and forth and she just one shots you? Like, that is an experience that will never be felt by people who haven't played against owl players on Widowmaker. And I think that that's like a disparity between top 500s. Like a lot of us streamers are top 500, so we'll complain about this, but most people will just be like, lol, skill issue. Now I think like the top 500 experience will be more in line with the lower, like the medal rank experience. So I think that can be a good thing. I think that's a good thing. But yeah, whatever. I have no complaints. There's gonna be a lot of like elitist people being like, oh, it's terrible, like noobs shouldn't, whatever. Like making the game easier is bad. I don't know. Is it that much easier? We'll just have to see. There's no way to know. Like, these numbers mean nothing to me. Adjusting health pools to balance gameplay. Since we're increasing the average accuracy of nearly all heroes and want to keep time to kill similar, we're also increasing everyone's maximum health. We've already balanced damage values, damage boosts, critical damage points, critical damage breakpoints, and other factors around 200 to 250 HP heroes. So the new health ends up requiring at least one more hit for most heroes to eliminate an enemy. I think the greatest example of what this changes is that Hanzo can't one-shot anymore, right? Like, Hanzo does 245 HP. Can Junkrat one-shot? Junkrat Concussion Mine does 120, and so does his primary fire. So you can't one-shot. That's actually really big and makes Junkrat maybe the worst hero in the game. I don't know. It makes Junkrat and Hanzo terrible. I'm very curious to see what heroes will become good out of this. It also makes Mercy better, right? Because now she has more HP. She has more HP to heal from people, so her passive kicks in. And her damage boost changes even more breakpoints than it did before. That's interesting. And when you res someone, they just have 250 HP. But I want to look at like an Overwatch heroes list. Overwatch hero gallery. This is old. Wait a minute. Okay. What does this change? What kind of breakpoints? Oh, okay. So Brig combo, 2 whip shots, shield bash. Wait, no. 2 left clicks, shield bash, whip shot, kills 200 HP. Not anymore. You need what? 2 more hits, right? Junkrat can't one shot anymore. Mei and Cass can't one shot headshot. It's 1 headshot, 1 body shot to kill, right? Or no. 2 headshots and then, or a headshot and 2 body shots. So now it would be like 2 headshots and a body shot. Sojourn, you would need 100 charge and it still wouldn't. You'd have to put like half your mag into someone and then do it. Soldier, you would have to hit like your whole mag plus the helix. Tracer won't be able to one-clip people anymore. Or will she actually, because her projectiles are bigger. I just realized my my face cam's covering up the hero gallery. Doesn't matter. Hanzo can't one-shot. Ashe is gonna have to, so you used to be able to, well right now, you can headshot with the scope and then unscoped click them and they'll die. Now you're gonna have to headshot and then body shot with both with the scope. I think you'll actually have to body shot them twice. And keep in mind, like, these heroes are getting healed. Wait. Oh, and Sim can't right click twice to kill someone. This actually changes a lot. I feel like Zenyatta will be a much better hero now just because of the Discord orb. Ana can't 3-shot people anymore. Lucio won't be able to kill anyone. Like, you already have to use your whole mag to kill a 200 HP hero. Basically. Kyria can't 2-tap. It changes a lot. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, we'll just have to see how it plays out. Giving more self-reliance in team fights. We also want to make sure the flow of the team fight doesn't take away from individual player decisions that can determine the outcome of a match. Tanks already have a significant role in each fight as they are often the ones to take space and determine where each fight takes place. whereas we want to enable more critical decision making among the DPS and support roles. The changes to projectile sizes and health pools effectively reduce the impact of burst damage and tones down the relative strength of healing, meaning it will take longer to heal someone from 1 HP to full health. I don't know if I agree with this. I would argue that raising the HP of heroes increases the impact of healing, right? Because now that you can't burst damage them down, healing will always be a thing. Okay, wait. To ease the friction of an increased time to fully heal allies out of combat and enable support players to make more informed decisions on who to heal, everyone can now regenerate health passively at a rate of 20 healing per second after 5 seconds of not taking damage, and the support roll passive heal has been adjusted to 2.5 seconds. I like that. The support roll passive was too strong. It was taking impact during fights. And this passive basically just means like in between fights is the only time it's gonna kick in, right? I know Twitter threw a massive fit about hearing about this everyone regenerating health, but we didn't have like the context about it, so I don't hate it now. I don't think we knew how long it would take before it kicked in either. Wait, what? Wait, how long is the support passive on live? Wait, Overwatch 2 support passive. Is it actually 5 seconds? No, it's 2 seconds. It's 2 seconds right now, so it increased to 2.5. I mean, that doesn't really change anything. I would like to see the support passive not kicking in during fights. Like, if I'm shooting at an Ana, I get her low HP. Before I can even go on her, she'll be healing a lot of the time, just from the passive. It's kind of annoying. An increase in health pools and weakening of burst damage means that heroes live longer and team fights will take longer to conclude. To combat some of the potentially extreme situations there, we're also introducing a new damage passive, empowering them to more easily fulfill their role in securing eliminations, reduce in-combat healing, and potentially add an additional strategic layer to focus firing targets. Dealing damage reduces the target's healing received by 20%. That is crazy. Wait, that's crazy. Wait, so let's take a look at our hero gallery. Think about like Junkrat again. He can't one-shot anymore. And he can't apply the DPS passive easily. That DPS passive is going to be huge. It's like the game will be centered around that, right? Junkrat's gonna be terrible. Or heroes like Hanzo, right? Hanzo can't one-shot anymore and he has a hard time applying. Like, they're slow firing and they're hard to hit, kind of thing. Wait, Junkrat might actually just be the worst hero in the game. Oh my god, and Ashe Dynamite applying the passive to the entire team. Or even just heroes like Soldier, like you can just put one bullet into everyone pretty easily. I wonder if there will be people like applying the passive to the whole team instead of focusing one person down. I don't know. We're gonna see a lot of interesting changes here with how people play. At its core, Overwatch 2 is a competitive game, so it's important for the core systems and competitive system to be as intuitive and accessible as possible. In addition to these core system changes, we're introducing reworks to Pharah and Junkertown, which we'll go into in a later blog. Okay. That's hype. I don't know. Like, these changes are so massive and so, like, sweeping that there's really no way we'll be able to tell or make accurate predictions about how it's gonna feel. Like I can sit here and say Junkrat's gonna be terrible, but maybe he won't be. I don't know. Like we can sit here and guess all day, but we won't know anything until we play. Like there's no point even. Like you can say, oh, these changes are so good, or oh, they're so bad. Like, who knows until we play, really. But you know what? I think this is a really good thing because it shows that they're not afraid to take risks. I think the biggest problem with Overwatch 1 was that the developer team, whether it was because of Jeff Kaplan or whoever, they were afraid to take risks, right? Like, Mercy was broken for a year, and I'm talking like, I always use Mercy. I'm a Mercy hater, I guess. She had a 110% pick rate. Higher than 100% because if somebody swapped off of her, the other support would swap onto her. So it was higher than 100%. She was that good. And they introduced a nerf, like a baby, a tiny slap on the wrist every 3 months, right? Like they were afraid to nerf her too much. They were so afraid of taking risks that like they never changed the game in a substantial way. And so it was bad forever, I feel like. Or like it had terrible problems that lasted forever. This just shows that like I mean, like if this patch change, if these notes are terrible, like they'll change it, right? Like I think it's so good to see that like one, they've taken back the card system, right? Can you name a time in Overwatch 1 where the devs admitted they were wrong and undid something? Like sorry, my nose is still running, but they they always like if they added a shit change, that stayed in the game forever. There was no one doing that, right? But think about this. Think about how substantial this is. Like they're completely removing the card system. They're basically admitting, hey, this thing we made sucks, right? Like we'll change it back. Like and I think that just it sets like this patch sets such a good precedent for the rest of the game. Like I have hope again. I have hope again, and I think that is super important. We are so back. We are so back.